to my channel. Hello guys, namaste. This is Maruti Suzuki Swift and this is VDI model. And let's see the keys of this car, neatly done. Suzuki badging over here just to unlock and lock. So at the front is VDI, then comes the petrol. And VDI, the fun fact about this VDI is that it is 10 years old engine. Yes, it is 10 years old engine, and it's very funny to hear that Suzuki has done debuted this engine in many cars, and now at least in BS6 norms this engine has been discontinued. So petrol, I may prefer to the petrol because petrol is much better than the diesel. So this is VDI automatic. Then the literally basic model comes LXI in diesel, LDI, then comes VXI, then comes ZXI, and then comes ZXI plus. And in diesel specifications, LDI, VDI, XDI plus and XDI. Sorry, I jumbled it. Sorry for that. Though plastic bumper, Suzuki badging right up there. Thanks to owner to lend me to review this car. Halogen setup, not the toppest specs. That's why it's halogen setup, and it projects brilliantly well. So here is not the fog lamp, nor it has wash wiper, nor it has alloy, nor it has touchscreen. So, because it's only present in XDI or X plus. So here it's totally fake, FAKE. Towing hook over here, it's real, and this small compartment is also real. From here we can see radiator. I don't know whether you can see that. Yes, so there is the radiator of this car. Not much to talk about the front. So right up from the side we realize that it is a compact car. Its dimensions is 3.8 meters in length. In width it is 1.8 meters, and in height it is 1.5 meters. So in color options there is white, there is navy blue, and there is red. In red it looks absolutely cool. This is the grey model, and from the it's Apollo wheels, it's a wheel cover, and it's not an alloy wheel. So the wheel size happens to be 165/80/14, means 14 inches. Suzuki badging right up there. This is an accessory, side skid plate, side cladding, engine specification DDIS. The mirrors is electrically adjustable from inside. Turning indicators right up here. Windshield protector. And the party trick of this car, it does not as longer has opening over here. We have to open it from here. So it's not that conventional for everyone because everyone can't spot it. So yes, this is an aftermarket hitting this cladding aside the turning lights, and it's at last at the back there is LED setup and reversing lamp, turning lamp. So Maruti Suzuki proudly bulged over here. Maruti Suzuki Swift, high mount stop lamp, spoiler neatly done, and this is small lip which I loved. And there is the antenna of that car, and there is no rear sensors, parking sensor as we can say, and also there is no reverse parking camera. So it would be quite a bit of task to park it. But in the toppest variant there is reverse parking sensor also, and there is reverse parking camera also. Now let's open the tailgate of this car. So let's check how the turning indicators operate. So now let's open it. It's very light, hydraulic struts over here, small cord to open through this partial shelf, and its material is not that great, but still it's according to its price point, because this car is almost 7 to 8 lakhs. So according to this price point, it's conventional. So boot is decently sized. Its size is 285 liters. And the nice thing which I loved about this car is that it has proper tire, not the space saver one, because its size is as the same 165 80 14s. So I liked about this. Has a triangle over here. Now let's close this. It's an easy task to operate it because there is an handle to close through this, so it's an easy task. I am almost. Come on, now let's get to the back of this car, and from here we can say that it's quite not that big because it's only a. Now let's close the door. Yes, build quality is quite great. So we are back on this car, and the one thing I loved about this car, and that brings me to a thing which I loved. So the first thing from interior only, these leather seats. It is insane, literally insane. Though there is no headrest, though there is no armrest, adjustable headrest, but still these seats worth. It's so nicely stitched and nicely done. I love these seats. X series carpets, lights also an X series. There is no ambient lighting. Here is to operate the power windows. So build quality is quite a bit strong. You can fold these seats in one piece, is not 60-40 split, and by that you could get much carrying capacity. So yes, the car's quality over the things is not that great. Everything feels very rugged, just not that great. Plastic quality is also not that great, but still the leather quality is superb, fantastic. Here is a small cubby holder to keep 1 liter bottle. Maybe it will not fit. Front both seats, the driver and the passengers, co-passenger seats are adjustable. This is not, and I am almost 4.5 feet tall, and it's very comfortable for me. It's very comfortable. Headroom, even though headroom is very comfortable here, see, headroom is very comfortable. It would be little claustrophobic to 6-foot peoples, and this guy has plenty headroom to play up with, and the seating position is also great. See, the under thigh support for us children's, it's great, but for the 6 foot it's not that great. So you could stretch your foot totally under the seats, so that's a great point, and it adds a touch to this car. Now let's I'm going to talk 5 cool features about this car. So the second cool feature about this car is that this is an VXI, but if you take the ZXI Plus model, there is a touchscreen information system in, and that is the best I have encountered yet in this price point. In this price point, that's the best touchscreen information system you will get for the money. So if you will go for ZXI Plus, okay, this is VDI. So you only get the audio, not that audio controller, not that touchscreen one. But if you take touchscreen, it's worth. So another thing which I liked about this car is its reliability. Its reliability is great. Its resale value is great. Its service cost is great, and its maintenance is also great. So now we have completed the back total portion. Now let's get to a front. Let's get right from here, from the driver's side, and the opening of the door is very nicely done. As you can see, it's almost 90 degrees, so very nice aperture angle. Hey, why are you sitting over here? Go away. He just wants to sit in this car. He just wants to sit every time he sits. It's okay. So yes, build quality is very great. Just keep quiet, you're mad. So build quality is quite great. Everything feels well scrubbed. As you can see, it is not wobbling. That there are lights maybe doors are not properly shut. So that's why these lights, and this is aftermarket. So let's get to the front console. Handbrake, little to keep your phone. Let me show you. No, I can't, because if I will keep this phone over here, I will not able to say. This is an AM automatic transmission and very easy to use, very intuitive. Not that great as manual, but still it's very convenient to use. Here is a USB aux socket. See? Yes, neatly done. So here is much more compartment to keep your coins, etc. There is, for instance, there is sanitizer bottle over here, but you can keep two 2-liter bottles. Air con control, very easy to use. But the thing which I didn't liked about it that it has very simply done. Okay, but if you will go for an option of ZXi, over there you will get a small display over here, and that display will tell at which exact temperature are you, and here it is very plasticky. So Suzuki could go up with the same, but still it's okay for the price, which has it's freestyle hanging type, and it also looks very great. It works very great, and its sound quality is fabulous. The output from the speaker is very nicely done. The carbon fiber finish very nice. The driver side window is auto up down. ORVM's controller over here, and window lock, child lock, and other are not auto up down. Just keep quiet. You are just making mess. So this is I think so it's dummy button. Hazard triangle. AC works brilliant. It cools up the cabin in no time. Aircon controllers are over here. Pedals, because it is an automatic. Accelerator and brake only. Nice. The steering feel is very nicely done. So here are the setups. Now let's get driving right away. So we are in a small run from this car, and first of all we'll see that the cabin insulation is not that great. You could hear the grunt of the diesel engine. Let me first. No, it's not working. So the diesel grunt from this engine is. So we are stuck in a traffic, but this car is in compact dimensions, so in traffic it slides brilliantly well. This is an automatic transmission, so it also works nicely. And in stop-start traffic, you could feel a bit lag as compared to manual, but still the clutch of the manual car, I'm telling, the clutch of the manual car is quite a bit light to tour in city. The steering feedback from this car, is very easy to use in city, but still not that great stability in highway. Very easy to use. No, wow, there's a Porsche over there. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but it's a Porsche. So let's continue on this car. So its engine compatibility as compared to petrol, I will prefer to go to petrol, because petrol is very easy to run, and petrol also performs great efficiency. Not that efficiency as compared to diesel, but still it's great. Yes, that's a Macan. So the petrol's drawbacks are that its refinement is not that great, and also the diesel's one, because you could hear the engine's noise inside it. So insulation is not that great, but still the speakers work brilliantly well. So diesel, I'm not preferring diesel. Why? Because diesel has lots of criteria. It's 10 years old engine, so because of that the diesel has the same power, same to same. It's almost 83 horsepower, and Nm of torque is almost 120. So diesel is now discontinued due to BS6 norms. So the petrol engine's power is 830 horsepower. It revs up to 600 RPM, and its torque is 113. Petrol, I'm telling. So the AMT gearbox is very easy to use in city, but the drawbacks of this gearbox also is that on the winding sections of road, it just doesn't give that feedback as compared to the manual one. And it's also not that great to ascend to a hill. So, but still it's very easy to use in city. So if you are a daily city communicator, you could go for just an automatic transmission. It's very great to use. And the instrument cluster is also very neatly done. Red badging over here. ACs work brilliantly well. It cools cabin in no time at all. And yes, it's very easy to use because of the AMT gearbox. No use of clutch over here. So the car is now only petrol option is left because of the BS6 norms. The diesel has been discontinued, and it's the petrol one. The petrol one is I am preferring because that the petrol is very easy to use, and its refinement level is also that good, and its power to torque ratio is also that greater as compared to yes, when you will get to upper revs, it gets quite vocal, but still it handles very well. In city, the steering is absolutely easy to use. The suspension setup, as we can see, it's little bit soft and firm. So the suspension setup is also had done the great job. Well done, Suzuki. So the video has gone for a toss because of 16 minutes, so it's a longer video, but to get a complete detail, we have to go for it. So ORVM's adjustments are right up there. It's I think manual. So the VDI one has skipped lot of features such as the automatic the touch screen, then the alloy wheels, then the projector headlamps, then the DRLs, then the rear wash wiper, then the rear defogger, then the rear parking sensor, then the rear parking camera. So it misses out features, but still. So now let's move to the final verdict about this car, that whether you could buy or not. So the Maruti Suzuki Swift is a great value for money car if you are looking for the perspective of the great driving capability, better handling, strong suspension setup, neat. You are chauffeur driven, so just go for the Ford Figo because it's absolutely bonkers according to power. But still, if you want a better resale value, better service, better maintenance, means low cost maintenance and better comfort, so just go for the Swift without closing the eyes, because the Swift is best all-rounder. It performs brilliantly well in city, in highway also it's great, and it's the mileage of this car is almost 16. So the mileage of this car is 18 to 20. It's absolutely great. No rivals give such a great mileage as compared to this. And who are these cars rivals? Mainly Hyundai Nios, then comes the Ford Figo, then comes the Tata Altroz. It's absolute gold stand, and I'm going to soon review that car also. It's very great car. So Maruti Suzuki is the best all-rounder if you want, and the gearing ratio is also very great. It redlines up to 6,000 RPM, so a free raving car, as we can say, because such a small hatchback goes to 6,000 RPM is also a great thing. And this engine is also free raving. Even if it is 10 years old engine, it doesn't feel like that, and it performs quite great. Here is the Desire, the same. Actually, the Swift is the cutted up version of Desire. They had just took a Desire and cut it up from its back, and here the Swift. We are heading back to our home. And if you want a great all-rounder, the great maintenance, low cost maintenance, better resale value, better cheap parts, then just go for Swift, closing the eyes, because it's a great car. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, you could give a like. If you didn't like it, you could give a dislike. Thank you for watching. Bye. I will bring more such interesting videos in no time. Thank you.